Hello everyone, my name is Melina Singh, matrix number 2653361. So I'm going to be presenting to you guys on the part introduction and conclusion. So I'm going to start with Ornapaper first. This leading paper manufacturer Ornapaper Sedang Berhad is headquartered in Malaysia. With a long history spanning several decades, Ornapaper that was established since 24 July 1990 has made a name for itself as a reliable supplier of premium paper goods. Ornapaper has changed throughout time to accommodate the shifting demands of its clients and the market. The business has risen to the prominence in the paper production industry thanks to its dedication to innovation, sustainability, and client satisfaction. Now I'm going to be talking about Scientex. So, the leading integrated industrial packaging and real estate development firm Scientex Berhad is headquartered in Malaysia with a long history and successful track record spanning several decades. Scientex has become a significant participant in the manufacturing and real estate industry. Scientex was founded in 1980 and has progressively expanded to become a multinational corporation with operations in Malaysia, Vietnam, and Australia. The productions of flexible plastic packaging, including stretch films, industrial bags, and specialty films, is the company's main line of business.
Hi, my name is Rohaiza and my metric number is 291642. So today I will present about abstract and literature review. For abstract, the main purpose of this study is to review and making analysis on the financial management decisions for capital structure decision, investment decision, working capital decision, market capitalization value, and profitability carried out by financial managers of selected companies listed on Bursa Malaysia. The research conducted is about two selected companies, namely Ornapaper Berhad and Scientex Berhad. Financial management results for all five financial management decisions have been calculated with relevant ratios in 5 years, starting from 2018 to 2022. Meanwhile, the quality and relationship between the CEO and their company's financial management decisions are discussed in this study. We have involved Mr. Han Seong Sai as the CEO of Ornapaper Berhad and Mr. Peng Jin Lim as the Chairman, Managing Director, and Executive Director of Scientex Berhad to see their previous views and actions towards the two companies they run. It can be seen in terms of controlling and maintaining the company strategically and the quality of goods financial management to improve the financial management of the results. Our recommendations such as monitor their cash flows. The second one is inventing in a new technology. And the last one is reduce the negative environmental effects of industrial packaging are provided to the CEO of Ornapaper Berhad and Scientex Berhad. There are three there are three keywords in this abstract. First is financial management decision analysis, strategic and financial management quality, and the last one is financial management recommendations.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Hakim Daniel bin Muhammad Effendi and my metric number is 295368. Now I want to explain about the background of the two companies that we choose for this group assignments, which is Ornapaper Berhad and Scientex Berhad. First and foremost, I want to talk about Ornapaper Berhad was established on July 24, 1990 and the corporate headquarters of the business are in Melaka, Malaysia. In Malaysia, Ornapaper is well-known producer and seller of corrugated boards and boxes. Besides that, Ornapaper was able to open a new high-technology manufacturing and development facility in October 1996. Then, in 2015, this company won the manufacturing industry category of Malaysia's Most Admired Company Award, and a year after, this company get the Green Technology Company Award too. Next, in 2017, Ornapaper was listed in Bursa Malaysia main market, and the business is always working to meet the needs of its clients and improve the quality of its goods and services. Ornapaper is well positioned to continue to grow in the future as the demand for packaging materials continues to rise. Scientex Berhad founded in Malaysia in 1968. It's specialized in a number of areas, including manufacturing and packaging. Scientex was a small manufacturer of plastic packaging. The company increased operations and broadened its product offerings under the inspirational guidance of Lim Teck Man, its late founder. Scientex immediately became well-known for its dedication to customer satisfaction and product excellence. Scientex places high priority on optimized resource management and invested in renewable energy sources to lessen its carbon footprint. In 1990, Scientex made its debut on the Malaysian Stock Exchange, Bursa Malaysia, which is the evidence of its development and success. Since Scientex currently listed on Bursa Malaysia's main market, it has built a solid reputation as a trustworthy company. Scientex received the ASEAN Corporate Governance Award and the Malaysian Sustainability Reporting Awards. Scientex is still well positioned for sustained success in global market with a focus on providing value to its stakeholders and fostering a sustainable future. Thank you. That's all from me.
Next is literature review that we include in this study. It is to increase our knowledge and skills in more details in analyzing every financial management decisions that is used and applied in a firm. By referring to the study conducted by Kennedy Prince Madogo and Dr. Emmanuel Erajabe, determining the combination of the difference between the value of assets and the value of equity and appropriate debt is one of the most strategic decisions faced by public interest entities. Also, wrong financing decisions have a tendency to hinder the fortunes of any business. It can be said that if the manager wants to achieve the goal of maximizing wealth, identifying the factors that is must be taken into account in determining the appropriate financing mix are conscious steps that must be taken in the right direction and at the right time. This paper explores the vast literature in articulating critical issues in capital structure decisions. Other than that, Rahul Pandey, Dipanjan Chatterjee, and Manus Rongtusantam in the research paper wrote about introducing the ambiguity of supply disruptions as the inability of the searching firm to attach a point estimate of probability to the occurrence and the magnitude of loss due to supply disruption. By using the ambiguity in decision making, literature to formally define this concept, linking it to the associated supply disruption information deficit, placing it against supply chain risk assessment. The authors analyzed survey data from 171 North Americans manufacturers and achieved data for a subset of 88 are publicity listed, which they found that a strong supply-based relationship reduced the ambiguity of supply disruptions, which in turn increases inventory turnover. A strong supply-based relationships and data integration with the supply base has indirect and positive effect on inventory turnover. This can be stated as searching firms strengthen relationships and integrate data exchange with their supply base, while their inventory turnover also improve from access to relevant information to effectively detect and diagnose supply disruptions. Besides, Patricia M. Heston, Hian Che Ko, and Lei Chen Lo has studied the stability of financial ratios, a study of listed companies in Singapore. This study seeks to evaluate the stability of financial ratios across industry and over time, and the sample comprises companies listed on the Stock Exchange of Singapore from 1980 to 1991. Five of the representative ratios are significantly different over time, and not all the industrial average move consistently over time, such as interaction effects of industry and time axis. It can be said that industry average are not necessarily appropriate benchmarks for setting and evaluating performance through time. Next, Gaurav Singh Chauhan investigates the extent of short-term flexibility in firms' working capital management decisions. Industries and firms within industries with higher or lower working capital allocations remain so for long periods of time and often exceeds 15 years, while it is contrary to past literature that suggests that the provision is driven by firms' concerns about improving intertemporal cash flows and sales or absorbing shocks to their capital expenditure schedules. We find that firm-specific time invariant factors drive it more. Last but not least, the study of Bianda Puspitasari and Vivek Mardawiya Daryanto. In measuring economic performance, financial statements are an important benchmark in assessing how the company can survive in the coming period. Through this research, the results of the company's financial performance have increased and decreased, and the company should know how the company is performing to stabilize its operating conditions. In order to obtain financial reports for the period 2015 until 2019, this research method used secondary data and descriptive analysis. Through research by the researcher, PT Pertamina Persero has not been maximized in the calculation of the profit ratio because the result is still below the industry average ratio. However, when compared with competing companies, it is found that PT Pertamina Persero is always superior. Based on the literature review, every financial management decision affects every financial management. This financial ratio can be used to evaluate and making decisions to obtain the smoothness of the company's financial management system. Every financial decision will also affect the costs incurred by the company. Other factors also determine the appropriateness in making financial decisions, such as managers and superiors who make final decisions in the company or firm.
Hi, my name is Narismina Zafika. With metric number 291737, we'll be explaining about the financial management decision of both company. So firstly, capital structure decision, which consists of the total debt ratio, long-term debt ratio, equity multiplier, cash coverage, and time interest earned. So first things first, Ornapaper Berhad has a constant total debt ratio, which is below 1, showing that the total debt is lower than the total asset. The same goes with Scientex Berhad. Not only that, the long-term debt ratio of both companies is also below zero point 0.5, indicating that they are an ideal company financial leverage. The times interest earned ratio calculated also shows that Ornapaper Berhad has the lowest risk of solvency in 2020, while Scientex Berhad has the lowest risk of solvency in 2021. Besides, the cash coverage ratio of both companies shows that they generate enough money to cover the interest expenses. And lastly, the debt to equity ratio of both company is lower than 1, indicating a good sign or low risk of loan. Now I'll be explaining about the investment decision, which consists of turnover such as inventory turnover, total asset turnover, fixed asset turnover, account receivable or payable turnover, and asset reinvestment ratio. So firstly, Ornapaper Berhad has a quite high inventory turnover rate for the first 2 years, but decreased below 5 in the next following years, while Scientex Berhad managed to keep the turnover rate above 5, which is good because the higher the rate, the turnover rate, the better it is. Not only that, Ornapaper Berhad also has low total asset and fixed asset turnover for the whole 5 years, while Scientex Berhad has low total asset and fixed asset turnover in 2019 only, meaning that they managed their asset past in 2019. Even though both company has a total asset reinvestment ratio above 1, Scientex Berhad has better reinvestment ratio than Ornapaper Berhad. Lower reinvestment ratio indicates poor investment decision. And lastly, according to the receivable turnover, 2022 is the most efficient year of Ornapaper in collecting debt, while 2019 is the most efficient year for Scientex Berhad in collecting that debt. Now I'll be explaining about the working capitalization, which consists of the cash coverage ratio, cash flow ratio, and cash ratio. Ornapaper Berhad has higher days in the receivable compared to Scientex Berhad. Not only that, Ornapaper Berhad also has higher days in inventory, which indicates their inefficiency in managing inventory, just like the Scientex Berhad. However, Ornapaper Berhad managed to make their cash conversion cycle shorter, which is a good sign because they use shorter period to convert cash they spent on inventory into cash again by selling their product. And then the cash flow ratio of both company is not really good as they are both lower than 1, while the cash ratio of both company is also lower than 1, which is not a good sign. However, Scientex Berhad has closer ratio to 1 compared than Ornapaper Berhad. The four I'll be explaining about is market capitalization value, which consists of earning per share, price earning ratio, market to ratio, and market value. So Ornapaper Berhad and Scientex Berhad both has a good price earning ratio and market to ratio. This is because the ratio of both companies shows that there has a higher price of the share compared to the original value of the company. And then Ornapaper has the highest price earning ratio and market to ratio in 2022, which is at 36.43 and 0.47, while Scientex Berhad has the highest price earning ratio and market to book ratio in 2021, amounted 14.17 and 2.24. The last I'll be explaining about is profitability, which consists of return on asset and return on equity. In general, Ornapaper Berhad doesn't really have a good return on asset, as the percentage of their return is below 5% for the whole 5 years, compared to Scientex Berhad, which managed to maintain their return on asset above 5%. Apart from that, Ornapaper Berhad also has a low return on equity, as the ratio of each years is below 15%, while return on equity of Scientex Berhad is obviously better than Orna, as the percentage for each years is above 15%. This indicates the company's ability to generate income from the equities availability is above 15%, which is great.
Next, from me, Gina Zahira Subagio, my matrix number 290082. Financial management decision effects, market capitalization. Market value of Ornapaper Berhad companies increased from 2018 to 2022. Earnings per share fluctuated from 2018 to 2022. Next, there was a price earnings ratio that dropped in 2019 but experienced a very drastic increase in 2022. Finally, there was a market to book ratio that increased gradually at first but then dipped. The market worth of the Scientex company rose steadily until 2020, then sharply climbed in 2021, then fell between 2020 and 2022. Yeah, we may argue that it rose from 2018 to 2022
The same thing happened to earnings per share, which climbed steadily until 2021 before declining by 0.4 in 2022. While the price to earnings ratio lowered from 2018 to 2020 before rising in 2021 before falling once more in the final year 2022. Last but not least, the market to book ratio varied during the years from 2018 to 2022. Yeah, we can also say that it got higher from 2018 to 2022. Profitability. While the return on equity witnessed a steady value from 2018 to 2020 and a decline from 2021 to 2022, the return on asset at the company Ornapaper Berhad grew till 2020 and diminished in the following 2 years, 2020 and 2022. While return on equity will experience a decreasing value and a stable value until 2020, a jump in 2021, and a fall once more again in 2022, return on asset and Scientex Berhad companies will experience a stable value until 2020, a drastic decrease in 2021, and an equally drastic increase in 2022.
Hi, my name is Nur Fatahia binti Mazli. My metric number is 287236, and I will be presenting about the improvement that should be made by the financial manager in making decision. The role of the financial manager in making decision is crucial because it could have an impact on the success of the company as a whole. From the financial report of the Ornapaper Berhad and Scientex Berhad that we have analyzed, we discovered that the financial manager made a number of decisions to keep reaching the goal. However, there are still certain improvements that the financial manager may make in order to boost the profitability of the business in the following year. From the perspective of the liquidity during those 5 years of operation for both company, we discovered that the company's cash ratio has been below 1 from 2018 to 2022. The contrary is true when the cash flow ratio is less than 1, so that is mean that the company has not made a sufficient amount of cash to pay all of its current liabilities. Therefore, we would like to suggest that the financial manager to always monitor their cash flow to keep the company operating and maintaining the performance. Next, the aspect of asset turnover in both company, we found that the total asset ratio are unstable and are some lower than 1. A ratio of less than 1 shows that the company total asset are not bringing in a sufficient amount of cash at the end year, which could be detrimental to the business. A ratio larger than 1 is typically seen favorable because it shows that the company makes sufficient earnings from its asset. So we suggest that the financial manager of the company should take the opportunity to make optimal use of its asset and lessen internal issue in the coming year, or try to invest in new technology in order to boost the usage of the asset, which will also increase the sales.
Good day everyone, my name is Besiana Belbedi and my number metric is 292687. So for my part, I'm going to present about the quality of the chief executive officer. So basically the CEO is responsible for the overall success of the company. For instance, during the 2020-2022, the company of Ornapaper Berhad has experienced low revenue and net sales, resulting the company having a low profit. So they set a strategic direction to make decisions about budgets and investments and oversee the day-to-day operations. Thus, in Ornapaper Berhad, the CEO, Mr. Sai Chin Hock, reviews financial data and makes business decisions based on them. He also develops and implements long-term strategic plans, and also the board of directors oversee the group's governance strategy, management, risk control, conduct sustainability, and also the critical decisions. So they set the values and objective, review strategic plans, oversee business conduct, and make decisions on corporate strategy and budgets. So in conclusion, the CEO of the Ornapaper are responsible for the success of their company. So here are some additional points that I wanted to include in my presentation part, which are the CEO is the public face of the company and is responsible for communicating the company's visions and values to employees, customers, and also investor. So the CEO is also responsible for building and maintaining a strong team of executives who can help the company to achieve its goal. So the CEO is challenging and demanding, but it is also incredibly rewarding. Thank you. Okay, next company is the Scientex Berhad. So the CEO of Scientex Berhad has faced many challenges in 2022 due to the COVID-19. So Tan Sri Dr. Muhammad Sharif bin Muhammad Qasim, the CEO of Scientex Berhad, has adjusted operational and also pricing strategies to overcome the challenges. So they also have strong persistence and determination characteristics. So this is a good characteristic for CEOs since they regularly analyze market and also keeps up with the industry trends. So in conclusion, the CEO's expertise is essential for the company's financial management. By understanding the company's financial statements, the CEO can develop a strategic plan that will help the company succeed. Okay, so here are some of additional points that I wanted to include in my presentation part, which are the first one is the CEO's experience and knowledge of the industry are important. So in their ability to manage the company's finances. So number two is the CEO's ability to make sound financial decision is essential for the company's long-term success. And next, the CEO's leadership and communication skill are important for building trust and also confidence amongst the employees and also investor. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Now I'm going to be talking about the conclusion. Based on the comparison of their financial ratios, the financial performances of these two organizations reveal that each company possesses its own strengths in a variety of areas. Which brings this decision to a close. Ornapaper Berhad has the best performance in terms of return on asset and equity based on the comparison that is provided below, which ranks the companies from best to worst. This is due to the fact that a comparison of the ratios of the two firms reveals that Scientex Berhad has a lower ratio than Ornapaper Berhad. As a result, it is abundantly evident that the report demonstrates that each and every company has both a better and worse performance. The report focuses on the areas of strength as well as the places where there is room for progress in each sector of ratio. Each of the businesses have its own unique advantages, including the capacity to meet their financial commitments and bring in revenues for the business. That's all from me. Thank you so much.